Hello and welcome to G Fun Facts Online. Look at your cat. Seriously, if you have one, go find them. Lounging on the sofa, demanding food, or staring blankly at a wall. They seem like the masters of the house, don't they? But have you ever wondered how this tiny, independent predator went from a wild hunter to the furry overlord of your living room? This isn't just a story about cute pets. It's an epic tale of ancient alliances, divine worship, and global conquest on tiny paws. Today, we're unraveling the incredible journey of how cats domesticated us, as much as we domesticated them. Our story begins not in a cozy home, but in the Fertile Crescent about 12,000 years ago. This is where humans made a massive leap. We started farming, we built settlements, and, crucially, we started storing grain. For a hungry rodent, this was an all-you-can-eat buffet. But for the local African wildcat, Felis sylvestris libica, this wasn't a buffet of grain, it was a buffet of rodents. These wildcats, the direct ancestors of every single house cat today, saw an opportunity. They started hanging around human settlements, not for our company, but for the easy pest control gig. And our early farmer ancestors were smart. They realized these feline assassins were protecting their precious food supplies. So a deal was struck, not with a handshake, but with a mutual understanding. The cats got a reliable food source, and humans got free security. We have incredible proof of this early bond. On the island of Cyprus, archaeologists found a 9,500-year-old grave. Inside, a human was buried right next to a cat. Now cats aren't native to Cyprus, which means a person thought this animal was so important. They brought it with them across the sea. This wasn't just a pest controller. This was a companion. While the partnership started in the Near East, it was in ancient Egypt where cats truly hit the big time. Around 4,000 years ago, the Egyptians didn't just tolerate cats. They worshipped them. They admired their grace and their skill in hunting not just mice, but dangerous snakes and scorpions. This admiration turned into religious reverence. The goddess Bastet, a symbol of protection and motherhood, was often shown with the head of a cat. Cats were so sacred that harming one, even by accident, could lead to a death sentence. The Egyptians were the first to actively breed cats, likely favoring the ones that were friendlier and more docile. We've found thousands, even millions, of mummified cats, buried as sacred offerings. It was in Egypt that the cat truly transitioned from a wild associate to a pampered member of the family. So how did this divine Egyptian feline conquer the rest of the world? On boats. Genetic research shows two major waves of cat migration. The first was slow, with cats following farmers out of the Near East into Europe. But the second wave, starting from Egypt, was a global explosion. Traders and sailors, the Phoenicians, the Greeks, the Romans, and even the Vikings, all realized that a cat on a ship was the best way to protect their food and cargo from rats. These seafaring cats landed in ports all across the Mediterranean, Europe, and Asia. Eventually, European colonists would carry them to the Americas and Australia, completing their world tour. Today, thanks to their utility on ships, cats live on every single continent except Antarctica. But here's what makes cat domestication truly unique. Compared to dogs, which we've bred into hundreds of different shapes and sizes for specific jobs, cats have barely changed. Your pet cat is physically and genetically almost identical to its African wildcat ancestor. Why? Because they were already perfect for the job. Their natural instincts as solitary, stealthy hunters were exactly what we needed. There was no reason to change them. In fact, many scientists call it self-domestication. The cats essentially chose us. The wildcats that were bold enough to approach human villages, but tame enough not to be a threat, were the ones that thrived. It was natural selection in our backyards. For thousands of years, we didn't really breed them for anything other than being, well, cats. The idea of breeding for specific looks, like the blotched tabby pattern, didn't even show up until the Middle Ages, and the whole concept of cat breeds is a very recent 19th century invention. So the next time your cat brings you a gift or ignores you completely to stare out a window, remember their ancient legacy. They are the descendants of wild hunters who made a clever deal with humanity thousands of years ago. They are the offspring of Egyptian deities who sailed the world's oceans. They carry the echoes of the wild in their DNA, a reminder that their domestication has always been a partnership, a journey on their own terms. From the grain stores of the Fertile Crescent to the foot of your bed, the feline wanderers have padded their way into our homes and hearts, and their ancient purr is a sound that connects us directly to the dawn of civilization. Thanks for listening to G Fun Facts Online.